He throws a fade towards Dotson, who fights for it and makes a catch! Unbelievable catch by Dotson! Touchdown! Touchdown, Washington!
Holy cow, talk about the rookie. They say he has some of the best hands there are. London, we are seeing that in action today. The lead. Woo!
Oh my goodness. That was a beautiful throw by Carson Wentz. You will not find a better throw than that on any game day.
And what a way to welcome you into a Victory Monday. This is Command Center Julie Downs with Logan Paulson and Santana Moss. And oh my goodness, talk about a comeback in the fourth quarter and a perfect ball that seems almost impossible, Santana, to make that catch. But we're celebrating a 1-0 lead off to get the season going. Initial thoughts, a bit of a roller coaster yesterday, Tana.
It was, but guess what? You have to win those games, and that gives your team so much confidence going forward. I'm glad that we're on the other side of it because it could have went anyway, but we got the W.
Yeah, totally agree. Got to win games you're supposed to win, and they won it. So awesome. Good 1-0. Always feels better than 0-1.
Yeah.
Well, the big questions we had going into this is what will the offense look like with Carson Wentz leading it, with all the different weapons that they have to go to, with Scott Turner calling the plays, and I think we got to see a little bit of that creativity that we can probably expect as the season unfolds, because I'm sure they didn't bring out everything as well either, but whew, kept us going till the end. Let's get straight to the highlight on this one. We got to bring it to you because it was an exciting game. So here we go. Carson Wentz set for his first game in Washington against the team he lost to in Week 17 with the Colts last season. Maybe a little bit of revenge out there. And a nice way to get started. Wentz 23-yard completion to the tight end Armani Rogers, converted from a QB, Logan.
Yeah, I love this play call, getting a guy who's maybe not number one in the Jacksonville's mind involved early.
And then we all wanted to know who's going to get the first TD. Remember this, it's going to be Curtis Samuel as a Commander, hauls in the 3-yard touchdown.
Chicken head is what he's doing. He said he liked to dance. Do your dance, do your dance.
Yeah, we were dancing in the booth with him on this one.
Yeah, love the pick here to get him open. Awesome job by Scott.
And then Jonathan Allen had a career-high 9 sacks last season, gets to Lawrence on third down for his first of 2022. That's for a loss of 9, and it forces the Jags to punt. Celebrate, big boy. Second quarter now, second possession for Washington. Same result this time. Wentz to Jahan Dotson for 7-yard touchdown, 14-3 Washington. Logan?
Yeah, love the play design here. Obviously, great route by Jahan, but play design pulls the safety up. Corner doesn't have inside help. Wide open, great catch by Jahan. Love that finish.
And then late second quarter, Jags marching. Check out this hit from Derek Force on Travis Etienne. Ruled a fumble after review. Santana, he was aggressive out there.
That definitely looked familiar to me by a guy who used to wear number 21, Sean Taylor. Who?
Receivers are going to be aware, but they missed the 43-yarder, so Commanders have a 14-3 lead at the half. So time to see how the second half begins. The Jags, though, well, they come out with a fast start. Trevor Lawrence finds James Robinson. Jags down 14-9 after a missed 2-pointer.
Yeah, I mean, obviously tough there. Young guy gets a little bit lost with that roll pass. You know, learning experience.
No doubt.
That's for sure. Jags after 2 field goals. Wentz throws his second interception of the day.
What a play.
This one to Trayvon Walker, the number 1 overall pick in the draft, Santana.
Trayvon Walker looked like every bit of what that pick was for him, man. The guy had a magnificent game yesterday.
And then ensuing drive, it's Robinson again, this time on the ground from 11 yards out. Washington is down 22-14. Oh no, fans are getting nervous.
Yeah, physical run there by Robinson. You got to make some tackles there on defense.
But the Commanders, you know what they do. We're going to make a comeback here. This is why you got Carson Wentz, the veteran. He has a 49-yarder deep shot to Terry McLaurin. We are waiting for Terry to have a play. Santana, that's perfect.
Carson's new here, but he knows one thing. He used to watch SportsCenter and all these other different networks, and when you need a play, go to Terry. Terry is our savior.
Ooh, yeah, we finally got to see the speed on that one. Good to have a long pass, the deep ball back in the game. Wentz would engineer an amazing 13-play, 90-yard drive, capped by this 24-yarder to Dotson, his second of the day. That seemed almost impossible, Logan.
Yeah, I love the play here. Double move. Excellent play call by Scott Turner. Showing a lot of courage there. 3rd and 8. They had the field goal in grasp. Love taking a shot to the end zone. Great play by Jahan.
I mean, Santana, what more can you say about what he does there as a rookie?
Man, look at them hands. I just told you about him. He might have the best hands on the team.
So the Jacksonville's looking to respond. Montez Sweat forces Lawrence out of the pocket. And who else? Derek Force, man, getting the start for Cam Kroll right there for the interception. That seals it. 28-22 is the final score as Washington gets the victory. Well, it was Ron Rivera's second Week 1 victory in 3 years as the team's head coach. Carson Wentz joins Billy Kilmer and Sonny Jurgensen as the only quarterbacks in franchise history to throw for at least 4 touchdowns in Week 1. My, oh my. And rookie Jahan Dotson making a bit of franchise history in his debut, becoming the first rookie wide receiver to record 2 TDs in a Week 1 game. Let's hear what they have to say.
Well, I learned they got some moxie. I really do appreciate the way they stuck to it. You know, when things were going bad, you know, they stuck to it. Really appreciate the way the coordinators took a look at it too, as well. And you know, Scott stuck to his game plan. He didn't back off as exhibited by him. You know, by us throwing the ball when we were in field goal range. You know, and that's a gutsy call, but that's the call we had to make. Real appreciate the way Jack handled the defense. A couple things that, you know, we're going to get corrected. That's a big plus, and the special teams was solid. So there were some really good things in all three phases for us.
Started fast, rough stretch there in the middle, but to kind of rally together and get it done when it mattered at the end, that was cool. Cool way to start. I mean, it is hard to win in this league, and so it doesn't matter how it looks. It doesn't matter any of those things in the last couple minutes of the game. If you find a way to get it done, that's what good teams do, and I'm glad we did that today.
To come out here and to be put in that adverse situation the first game of the year, and you have to win when it's not pretty, then you kind of get comfortable in those situations when we know this is 16 more games left. We're going to be in other tough situations, and to come out resiliently on offensive side, defensive side, that's what it's going to take to win a lot of games, and we're going to continue to improve and try to make that happen.
Time for our mission debrief, brought to you by the Washington Times. So the Commanders start the year with a victory, and as I said, we wanted to say, okay, what are we going to look like on offense? And there's only one ball to spread around. Well, we got to see that they spread that ball around pretty darn well. I think it was, 7 different receivers had receptions, and your playmaker setup, Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson, Curtis Samuel, Antonio Gibson, and Logan Thomas getting out there as well, Santana. What did you make about just kind of what Scott Turner was able to do?
That was key. I think coming into this game, we knew the weapons that we had, but we was wondering what can Scott scheme up that let all these guys be effective, and I think that's what you saw. You saw every receiver, play a part in that win, and you also saw the other guys. We didn't expect Logan to come out there and be dominant as he was. You said 7 different guys had receptions, but they had 20 plus yards as well. So that shows you the dynamics in this offense and what these guys can do skillfully.
Yeah, and I also think it just shows you how important it is to be efficient on third down, second and third down, right? You don't get every one of those touches if you only run 60 plays. They had 82 plays in this ball game, right? So that's giving you opportunities to distribute the football, get to deeper parts of your playbook, and find ways to get touches to your playmakers. And those guys executed at a high level when they got those touches. A great job by Scott and everybody executing when they needed to get those drives going.
What can we just say for the guys that are the playmakers that are going out there? Because I feel like in the past we had Terry McLaurin, we're like, okay, and who? Yeah. Santana. How do you feel now that you've been able to kind of see what some of these guys are capable of doing? A healthy Curtis Samuel, my goodness, he was breaking ankles out there doing some of those moves, dancing and twisting all around. A rookie coming in and stepping up and having 2 huge catches as well.
Well, when you look at how this team has been developed for the past few years, you was wondering how we were going to get to that level of offensive play. I think one of the things that's key about any offense, you have to have that leader and that quarterback. And I think now, I understand what people want to say or what they want to believe when it comes to Carson, but he does have tremendous arm talent, and he is a guy that can make it happen. So I'm glad we got that area fixed first, and now it's easy for all the other pieces.
It did get a little dicey, though. Not everything was perfect, right? And that's one thing Carson Wentz said afterwards, is it's not going to be perfect. He did have back-to-back interceptions, but there was also times where they weren't able to complete. The balls were high. They couldn't run. Yeah. And they got behind and gave the Jacksonville the opportunity to kind of take an advantage. What happened there? And what kind of showed the resiliency to come back from that too? Yeah,
I love the resiliency that you mentioned there, but I think a little bit of it is like they were really effective in early downs on making people miss. You mentioned that, right? And all of a sudden Jacksonville starts tackling a little bit better, don't make some plays you need to make, and then that's how the momentum of the game shifts. And so I think it's totally understandable. You're going to go through things like that. Yeah. We played for a lot of years. Those things happen in a football game, right? So how do you kind of weather those storms? I love the way that Carson came out and handled that adversity. The whole team handled that adversity. It was really fantastic.
And that's also, too, what you get from the veteran quarterback, to your point. And that's one of the reasons that this coaching staff wanted that. Somebody who in these moments has been there, done it, they've seen it in practice, and then they can say to the rookie, okay, we're going to call your number, and you've got this. We have faith in you, especially on a 3rd and 8 to get the victory. Defensively, what did you see from Derek Forrest, man? He was all over the place, Santana.
Derek showed us a lot this preseason. We saw him out here in practice fly around. We saw him in some of those preseason games. not to know what to expect from him in the regular season game, he did absolutely what we expected from what we saw in the preseason. So it's great to know that we have a guy now that we also can lean on if, you know, a guy like Cam Curl is down. You know, I was kind of scratching my head about that because I just had found out recently that Cam wasn't going to be, you know, playing. So just to see Derek go out there and solidify that position and show that he's worthy too, it was a great job by the young man.
Look, when your number's called, you have to go out there. And as we were just pointing out that, look, Cam Curl drafted 7th, Derek Forrest was drafted in the 5th round. So you expect them to be able to make those plays. Glad that he did. Well, coming up, we're going to go inside the locker room and bring you the victory speech from Coach Rivera following their Week 1 win over the Jags. And you've seen the highlights. Nope, we are sending Logan and Santana into the film room, though, to break down all of the action that you might not have stood out exactly on the score sheet, but was just as important in the victory.
Jaguars con Trevor Lawrence que quiere lanzar un pase bomba largo, puede ser interceptado. Intercepción de Derek Forrest para los Commanders de Washington. Intercepción para el equipo capitalino. El hombre que era suplente hace solo días y hoy fue titular con la jugada más importante para terminar este partido.
Those are our friends Moises Linares and Juan Romero on the Spanish call, capping off how that game ended with Derek Forrest getting the interception. It's always great to hear it from a different perspective. You can catch their calls every day on the iHeart app as well. But it's not always the interception or the touchdowns that make the game and swing the momentum. Sometimes there are things that are overlooked that make all the difference in the game. So we are going to break some of those down for you. And for that, we have Logan and Santana in the film room.
All right, Julie, thanks so much. Tanner, we're going to take a look at 2 plays today. One is the 3rd and 8 to Logan Thomas that led to Terry McLaurin's touchdown. I think people forget how hard it is to be good on 3rd down. So let's take a look at this. There's all these people here near the line of scrimmage. And this is one thing about that's tough about 3rd down is you don't know who's blitzing, you don't know who's in coverage. And what I love about this is Carson Wentz. You see these hands here? Let's rewind this a second here. Rewind this a second. See those hands pop up there, Tana? Let's see it. Let's take a look right there. That guy right there. That's him doing a hard cadence, right? So you see what that gives. It says this guy's going to blitz, this guy's going to drop, and it helps the offensive line identify the rushers. And protection on 3rd down is really important. Now, this is a concept that we used to run here with Kyle Shanahan, and you had some really good insight about this and how it affects the coverage, right? We got a corner here by Logan Thomas, we got a post here, and we got a now kind of return concept. And why is this now by McKissic so important?
I think it's so important when you look at the coverage, when everything kind of pans out. This safety here, you see that he has to replace because he know he has a guy here that's leaving, so he has to replace it. He's trying to spy so he can see that he can catch this guy coming across the middle. And what he don't know is that McKissic's going to be sliding back out. Because of what's coming across, backside.
Because this guy's coming across, right? But also, because this guy steps up, Logan Thomas is able to open up behind and create this nice void here. And because they're pressuring, Tana, this is also another important thing to note, is there's only 3 guys in coverage underneath. So they have to match how many offensive players? 1, 2, 3, 4 offensive players, right? So there's a numbers advantage here offensively, right? Excellent job.
And one other thing was so important too, because if this guy gets caught cheating, seeing that he sees this route coming up, because most of those DBs, they always biting cheese, so they looking back, trying to be sneaky. If he gets caught cheating and comes up, now you have this guy all by himself.
I love that you brought that up because he's running this deep post here, right? So again, everything's balancing, everything's designed to hold coverage, and we almost forgot about the protection there, Tana, because there's 5 guys rushing. So this offensive line is in 5 one-on-ones, which is really tough for the offensive line, and it gives Carson Wentz enough time to step up, find the space, right? Step up, find the space with good vision down the field, understanding his numbers advantage, and make an excellent completion here to Logan Thomas.
Yeah, nice touch, nice pocket presence, awareness to step up and slide to the left, and boom.
And again, here we see it from the end zone. Again, all these guys, these are the guys rushing here. And for him to identify that with the hard count is so important. It helps these guys out, know who they got to block, get everybody blocked up here. excellent job by the offensive line. Again, giving him an opportunity to step up in the pocket, and Carson make an excellent touch pass. Gotta love it.
No doubt.
And again, that's on 3rd and 8. And how critical is third down football?
It's very critical. I mean, look, you don't have a chance to make the next play, and we're going to talk about the next play now.
Yeah, absolutely. Because this play is so important. This is all go. This is something that we used to run with
verticals.
Kyle. We have verticals. We got benders here on the inside. And this route by Terry up top here, Terry, is not great. He just runs vertically. So how does he get open, Tanner?
Well, one of the things about this coverage, one of the things I loved about the vertical game, because especially when Kyle Shanahan was here, I was playing the slot position more than often. And he would always tell me, if you have those safeties outside you, when you're running your vertical, you have to make sure you bend, because if he don't come with you and this guy's a little off, I'm hitting you right here in this spot.
Bend in that spot.
Or if this guy goes with you, then we know we got the guy outside.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he does. And watch Carson Wentz here. His eyes are right down the middle of the field. Little pump fake by Carson Wentz. Holds the safety. You pointed this out to me. I love that you pointed this out. Look at his hips.
Yep.
They're facing towards this player here, right? There's no way he can get back out to this ball. Great width by Terry. Love that. And again, Tanner, talk about this ball for a second.
Well, one of the things about this ball that stands out to me is that a year ago, we couldn't ask our quarterbacks to do this. And no offense to the guys who was doing it, they just didn't have the arm strength or the talent. And
I mean,
now,
the arrow doesn't even reach that
one
far.
of the things that we talked about when we got a Carson Wentz, that, hey, I can take all that comes with it, because we know what we can do with stretching the field. And we have the guys to do so, and we have now the quarterback to do it as well.
And hits him right in stride. The defense has to defend every blade of grass. That's why it's so good to be good on 3rd down, and that's why it's good to have Carson Wentz as your quarterback.
Bingo.
Good stuff as always, guys. And for you fans, well, do not miss the first NFC East matchup of the season at FedEx Field when Commanders take on the Eagles Sunday, September 25th, 1 p.m., Week 3. Tickets start at $71 while supplies last. Get your official Ticketmaster verified tickets at commanders.com/tickets. Command the stands. And still to come, the fans were loud on Sunday at FedEx, and after the game, some were even louder online. We react to some of your takes when Command Center returns. Welcome back to Command Center. Let's take one more look at Washington's Week 1 victory over the Jags. Carson Wentz to Curtis Samuel. That's good for 3 yards. Woo, Santana.
Oh, my God. I could see this over and over again. Do your dance.
Can you dance like that, Tanner?
Nope.
Sure you can. Late in the 4th, though, this closes it out. Washington here is down. Carson Wentz, though, TD to Jahan Dotson.
Love that.
Talk about the rookie. Now, the Jags trying to make a comeback and make a game of it, but nope. Derek Forrest in for the start for Cam Curl and says, "Oh, you were throwing that to me? I'll take it." Interception seals the victory for Washington.
Blouses.
So here is a look at some of the top performers from Sunday. Curtis Samuel matched his career high with 8 receptions, scoring his first touchdown since November 22nd of 2020. My goodness. And Carson Wentz became the first quarterback in franchise history to throw 4 TDs in his first game with the organization. And defensively, second-year safety Derek Forrest recorded his first career INT. Now, for more reaction to the win, let's go inside the locker room.
We talk about value. We talk about worth. Guys, when it comes down to it, you stayed where you were supposed to stay, and that was right on the field. You stayed focused. You corrected some things. You made some things happen. And some of you guys rose to the occasion and made plays. That's huge. That's huge. I got one special one I want to give, just so everybody understands, for everything that he has gone through, for everything that he's worked for. He deserved this win. Yeah!
I know it's been a wild off season for me, for all of us, but we have so much potential in this locker room. For us to go out and do the thing we did tonight, I know it looked rough for a second. Back-to-back passes thrown to the other team, that's on me. But that's the way we finish, and that's what good teams do. You find a way to win. It ain't always going to be pretty in this league, but you find a way to dig deep and get it done in the end, and that's what we did tonight. Good job.
1, 2, 3.
And very well deserved, but it was a bit of a roller coaster, like you said. Those two interceptions on him, doesn't want him, can't be turning the ball over, but he made up for it in the end. And the fans, of course, were riding high, low throughout the game as well as they
Seriously?
do.
No
we
way.
were as well, right? So we have a new game we're going to play. Hail yeah or hail no. measuring whether the fans get this right or not. Okay, so they took to Twitter, and one says, I know it's just week one, but Jahan Dotson outplayed Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave yesterday. Of course, Wilson drafted 10th overall, Olave 11th overall. Santana.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That he did.
Oh yeah, I think he did. I mean, like, he's scoring 2 touchdowns. Obviously, he didn't have the yardage numbers to support kind of some of those other guys were much more productive. But I think the 2 touchdowns, 2 big catches, being who he was.
And the game winner.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Kind of stepping up in the big moments. There's value there, right?
Definitely.
I think the game winner is clutch too. It goes to show that he's cool, calm under pressure. Feels like he's almost even been there before, where a rookie might not be able to make that adjustment. The next one says this offense and defense has no wrinkles, no creativity. It's boring. I'm sorry. Hell yeah, hell no, Logan.
Hell no. I don't agree with that.
No.
I think Scott Turner came out and did an excellent job.
Yeah.
Excellent job throwing the ball on first down, obvious running situations, trying to hit big shots, different formations, different motions, finding different utilization packets for the guys on the team, get those playmakers touches in space. That corner to Antonio Gibson gets me fired up every time I think about it. So, yeah, that fan's out of their mind.
What he said.
Yeah. All right.
Santana, I'll come to you for this one. Carson Wentz outplayed Matt Ryan and Jameis Winston in week one. For him to be ranked below them this season was just ridiculous. So Winston had 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. They won. Ryan had 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and a tie.
And 350 yards passing.
I say hell no and hell yeah at the same time. You got to juggle a little bit. Winston had a pretty good performance. No interceptions is key. And I think I think he was, like, as far as completion wise, he was what? He only missed like seven passes. So you got to give it to Winston.
Yeah.
And I'm going to come to the last one for you. Cowboys, how you feeling today? As a Commanders fan, I feel great knowing that we will win the NFC East this year.
I mean, I don't know if we're going to win the NFC East. I think Philly's the team you got to beat, but I think Cowboys are going to struggle. Their roster's not as good as it once was.
Yeah.
Dak's hurt. It's going to be a rough little bit here for Dallas, I think.
Washington fans have the right to be feeling themselves a little bit.
Feel yourself.
By the way, it looks like
it's always
cotton
great
candy
to know.
behind you, but this is some crazy face painting back here. Like, you know, you got to go the other way. You got to go the other way. There you go. We love the fans. We love you getting all into it, and we'll see you next time because that's it for this Command Center.